Well, Retrieval Augmented Generation is a really powerful way to augment your LLMs, and because LLMs aren't trained with your data and your proprietary information, RAGs, or Retrieval Augmented Generation, is an excellent way to boost and bolster up the LLMs for your context. So this is a really quick video of how to get started, how to load up some data, and how to test RAG within the Google Cloud environment. Hope you have fun, and if you enjoy this content, like, subscribe, and thank you for watching. What we're going to do is create a Retrieval Augmented Generative AI app for our data. So what we're going to do is log into your Vertex AI environment or Google Cloud environment. Links down below in the description. If you haven't already got it, I suggest looking at my installation video. So what you can do is click on the hamburger item over here, and what we want to do is add some items to our cloud storage. So these are going to be the documents that you want to upload. So let's click on cloud storage, and it's going to ask you to create a bucket. All right, so let's just minimize all of these things over here just to clean it up. All right, so we can create a bucket for our data. So really simple. What we can do is click on create and name the bucket. Let's just call this my demo bucket for data, and let's hit continue. Right, just make note of the pricing, so 2 cents per gigabyte per month, so pretty reasonable. And what we can do is click on create. All right, it's now going to ask us to upload some data into the specific folder. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to upload a file. It's called Executive Gen AI Guide, and it's basically something that's just got a whole bunch of information in it that I can help you with and consult with you on. All right, so let's just go upload a file. And we'll also upload another file for our insurance specific stuff. So let's just go private vehicle insurance, and let's upload another file. All right, so here's the file over here, exec guide. And what it'll do is it's a couple of megs, so it's not too big. So there it is over there, and our private vehicle policy wording. All right, so we've got 2 things that we are going to be using for our Retrieval Augmented system. So you can do data in PDFs, unstructured. You can do other structured data. For this particular example, we're just going to stick with this. Click the hamburger icon. Scroll down until you see search and conversation. If you don't see it over there, type in search and conversation into your search bar over here. And it should pop up. All right, search and conversation. All right, so what we want to do today is create a new app. So we've got our data that we want to search on and do Retrieval Augmented Generation. So let's click on new app. And what we're going to do is a search type of app. All right, and let's click on select. All right, we want to enable the enterprise features over here, which basically links up a large language model plus image search, document search, extract answers from your information. So enable all of these tick boxes over here, and let's just name this app a test_rag_app. And we can just call it _a because I think I created something previously. All right, external name of your company. So if you're working with a company, you just pop in your company's name, and we can just leave that as global. All right, so what we want to do is we want to choose a data store. All right, so let's just go create a new data store, and we want to go to our cloud storage because that's where we ultimately created our data. All right, you can also do from an API. So if you've got information that you want to basically call on, you can do that. But let's just do the cloud storage, and we want to choose the folder that we've just created. So Google Cloud Storage, my demo bucket data, and let's hit select. All right, so these are unstructured documents. They're both PDF files. You've now got the option to process and enrich PDF files with optical character recognition. It is in preview. I won't tick that for the time being, but you could do that. If you've got multiple files in that folder that are structured, unstructured, etc., I recommend separating them out, because what it can do is it can cause issues. So you can ultimately add multiple data sources to your data store, but just do one type per folder. All right, so if you've got all PDFs, put all your PDFs in one folder. If you've got CSVs, put it in CSV. If you've got JSONs, put it in a folder for JSONs. It's just going to make life a bit easier for you. All right, so let's hit continue. So let's enter the data store name. We're just going to call this test underscore AI underscore data, and we can hit create. All right, so there's our data store over there. We just created it now. Click on it and hit create. All right, it should now say you have successfully created an app. Okay, easy as that. So yeah, very, very simple to create an app. All right, so we'll just minimize, we'll zoom out here a little bit. All right, so the really cool thing now is you can go to configurations, and you can start looking at tweaking what the app is going to do. So on the right hand side over here, you'll see the preview, what it looks like in a web version. Here's what it'll look like in a mobile. You can do the result count, so how many results you want to return. Do you want to enable snippets or extractive content? Yes. Do you want full answers or just snippets? Do you want to enable autocomplete? You can tick that on. So yeah, basically there's a couple of options that you can do here. You can even ask it to customize the tone, the style, and the verbosity of the generative summary here. So you can just pop in further instructions. So we can say provide full details and as much information as makes sense for the question. All right, so we can just say that. You can go on to advanced over here, but you want to save first, so let's just go save. What we can do now is click on advanced, and what this will allow you to do is just reset those items we had previously done over there. So these are your enterprise features and your LLM. So we've already enabled that. You can disable them if you would like to. All right, so let's just go back to our autocomplete page. And what we can do over here is maximum number of suggestions, trigger length, matching order, autocomplete model, and you can do deny lists. All right, so you can basically start building up and tweaking this Retrieval Augmented Generative AI app. Right, you've got integration. All right, so you can now add allowed domains for the widget. So if you're on an intranet or anything like that, you can just put your local host or your local domain or your existing subnet that you would like people to use. If you're on the public website or public cloud, that's ultimately where you would look to make sure only your domain could access this information, so you don't have people hitting your site. All right, if you don't want to put some password-based things, you could also enable that over here. All right, and so basically what it's going to look like is, let's hit preview. And what we're going to see now is the app, what it might look like on your website or on a cell phone. Okay, so what we basically see over here is the data is going to be imported. So last imported date, you can click on the view details and you'll see here import is in progress. Once the data is imported, you can then now move on to the preview, which will then enable you to test. Notice that the files have uploaded. After you click on the data, it will now show you that the two files that we looked at have been uploaded, and you'll see them over here. So last document imported and number of documents. And if you want to see them, click on them and you can ultimately check it out. Go back to preview. And what we want to do now is test it out. All right, so we've got two documents here. One is for the AI and one is for some policy wordings. But let's click on the desktop app version. So we're just going to type in here, what is generative AI journey? And what it should now do is it should actually open up our documents and find where it came from. All right, so it's basically saying here the exec guide, Gen AI, and we can now click on this, and it tells us which page it was on. So we can click over here, open that, and it's now going to say page 4, and it'll automatically open up page 4 for us to get that information that we were looking for. So pretty handy, pretty nifty. Enable a couple more things here. So let's click on configuration. So search with an answer, and let's click on search with follow-ups. All right, so that's really cool. So you can now search with follow-ups, so we can ask it more questions than was just the previous answer. All right, so that's something that's really valuable to add. So let's just say here, what is AI journey? And now it should come back with the same answer. But as you'll notice now, there's a little button called Ask a Follow-Up Question. All right, so what is the journey's steps? All right, so there is 10 steps to launch your first use case, and ultimately it will start giving you the information over here. All right, so really, really powerful stuff. And what we can do is start integrating this with our own website, add more data to it. And again, just more information at your fingertips. If you did have a huge amount of data, you can pop it in and start loading it up. All right, and that's all I've got for you today. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching.